Hello there, guys. How is it going? My name's Dave, DLC Dave, and welcome back to Marching On Together. Now, last game you saw was that 3-0 win against Southampton in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final. I think I said I would come back for the actual final. Now, I decided to come back a little bit earlier, just because I figured coming back the day after deadline day had finished, you can see what's going on and yeah, we can assess the situation and how January's gone. So I think I showed you basically that Malcolm had gone. He went to PSG for 70 million pounds. Yeah, fair enough. So obviously we had a big amount of money to spend, and as you can see at the top, we haven't really spent it. I'll explain why. The main man that I've been wanting all window is Kai Havertz. He's at Leverkusen, and they've just not been talking to me at all about anything. They haven't even negotiated once. He has a minimum release clause of 85 million, which I'm not prepared to pay. What I'm hoping is that he'll get to a stage where he may ask to leave just to go to a bigger club, not necessarily us, but just to go to a bigger club that are in the Champions League. And Leverkusen, I think, start off in the Champions League this year, but I think they fell out into the Europa League. So you never know. I'm hopeful, and I'm hoping that really. I really struggled to find anybody in January this year, this time. I don't know whether other people have found similar things, but it's the first time I've been looking for an actual elite level player, and I've just really struggled to find them. So I'm hoping that maybe things will look differently in the summer, more players become available. Someone like Kai may ask to leave Leverkusen, and we get him for a bit of a knockdown price because we can't pay 85 million pounds. Let's face it. Another player that I've been trying to get hold of is Weston McKennie. Now, I've never heard of this guy, but he looks fantastic. He looks fantastic. Looks like he starts to save at Schalke. And for me, he looks like an absolutely all-round brilliant midfielder. 22 in this save now, American. And I couldn't believe when I looked at him. But again, Schalke will not part with him. And he's somebody that I would really, really like to look at. I'd really like to bring in if we could. He plays that Mazzala role absolutely perfectly, and yeah, that would be the dream. If we could bring those two in at some point, that would be lovely. But right now, not possible. So we've had to we have done some business. We did also try and get rid of Van Dijk, but he didn't want to join us. He actually went to Lazio, strangely enough, for 45 million pounds, big transfer fee. And he was available for about 25 million, and I thought he'd be a really good player, but he wasn't interested. So that's fair enough. So the players we have brought in, you can see we brought in two. One you recognise, one you won't. One's a regen, as you see. So to replace Malcolm, I didn't want to just go and buy somebody. I wanted to bring in somebody. If I couldn't bring in my first choice, which is Havertz, then I thought, well, let's go get somebody on loan who I know, I can trust, who I can bring in, who will do a job for the rest of the year. And that person is Ivan Perisic. Now he's at Man City. He's just turned 32, but his age doesn't really bother me. It's all about his current ability. That's 3 stars. So he's a good player for the team now, and that's all that really matters. He can play on either flank. He can also play behind the striker, or I mean, he could play up front. But if that happens, then we are in trouble. So he's a 3-star player. He's an experienced winger. He's two-footed. He's got some decent traits, and yeah, I like the look of him. And he's come in for a bit of a pricey 1.7 million loan fee. We're paying majority of his wages, I think, is 70 grand a week. And yeah, it's just because they both came. He came in on deadline day as a signing. It's just because we couldn't really get the players that we were after. So the other player we brought in is Eden Kalonji from Anderlecht, and he looks like a really good Belgian midfielder. Another one. So he's 3-star current now, maybe 5-star potential. My coaches really like him. Scouts really like him. I think he looks a really good player. I think he's a long-term solution to this defensive midfield area. As a ball-winning midfielder, I think that's something that we'll definitely look to bring him in, look to improve him on. He's only 19. He's got a lot to develop. He's a wonder kid, which is really good. He is unhappy, unfortunately. already he signed yesterday, and he's already morale is already abysmal. Classy DLC Dave management there. What happened was the Champions League squads came up, and I couldn't fit him in. It was either putting him in or Perisic, and I thought, well, for this season, Perisic's probably gonna have more of an impact. So I didn't put him in, and he was not happy in the slightest. So yeah, it's just the way it is. But yeah, that wraps up the dealings we've had. We're facing Liverpool today. January so far has been pretty good for us since that 3-0 win against Southampton. We've had a mental 4-4 game against Arsenal, and a game we should never ever have not won. We were so much the better team, so much the better team, and we just, well, Teo Hernandez got sent off in the 79th minute. I think we were 3-1 up at that stage. Oh, actually, we were 3-2 up, went 4-2 up, and then they scored two, Arthur and Cagliari. Let me show you Cagliari's 94th minute equaliser to make it 4-4. So, this is in the last seconds of the game pretty much. I think there's 4 minutes added on, there's four to be played, and they're on the attack, and I am worried. But we win the ball back. Storaro plays it nicely into D'Amico, into Vieira, and then that. How crushing is that in the last seconds of the game? I I was gutted. Arsenal with a team that right behind us, a win against them would have obviously put a big gap between us, so I think a 4 or 5 point gap between us. But it wasn't to be. That red card, and ultimately the blame I'd say doesn't really lie on Vieira, even though he did do that poor pass. It's Hernandez. We were pretty comfortable in the game, even though it was only 3-2. They weren't creating much. But Hernandez got sent off, and we just struggled because we made all our subs. We had no real option to do anything, and yeah, it was a gutting one to be fair. But 4-4, exciting for the neutrals. I'm sure it was on TV, Super Sunday, so I'm sure that was worth a watch. We did do well though. We beat Leicester 2-0. Gabriel Jesus grabbing both goals. Pretty comfortable game all in all. And then two cup games. We get the return leg at St Mary's and a 0-0 draw. No real incident in that game. Just Caraveo picking up a bit of an injury. I think he might actually be back today. No, he's not quite back today. Yeah, he's a few weeks out, so he's going to miss this game. He might be back for the Chelsea one. I'm not sure. And then a 3-1 win against Portsmouth. Very, very comfortable. They're in League One. Their goal was a cross that went straight in. And yeah, very easy. D'Amico scored two and Temen scored the other. So we are playing Liverpool today. We're at home. The table looks as such. We have a game in hand on Arsenal, which is going to be played now. Liverpool are the team just below us, so it's an important one game to win. We go second if we did win it, and only 11 points behind Manchester United. So without further ado, let's get into the game. As you can see, I'm just going to make sure that's sorted. So yeah, this is the team we're going to go for today. It's Pickford in goal, Santon holding Ayer and Hernandez at the back, Marino and Storaro in midfield, Vlasic, D'Amico and Neto in behind Gabriel Jesus. Okay, so yeah, Alan Road shooting from right to left in our all white sparkling kit, and they kick off. A highlight here, Santon will throw it in towards D'Amico. He plays it inside to Marino, to Jesus, back to Marino. Can he find it out wide? That's the way that ball is. Oh, he goes back the other way to Storaro, and D'Amico can now play in Vlasic. Can he get the ball across? He can. There's Jesus. He knocks it back though. No, it was cleared. But Neto, awful goalkeeping. What in the hell's name was it Mignolet doing there? It looked to me anyway like the keeper just didn't react to the ball going across to Neto. But I don't really care. Yeah, Mamana dealt with the initial ball. Soraya played it to D'Amico, passed it first time to Neto, and he just sort of that's it. Not the best goalkeeping. Oh, it's Benoit Castile actually. It's not Mignolet. Apologies to Simon. But that puts us into an early lead, and we move into second place and a good distance clear of the teams below us, the teams below Arsenal, should you say. Now we have another highlight here. Plays into Vlasic. He crosses it in. D'Amico is there, and he puts it in the net. What is Castile doing? Neither of those goals seemed like particularly decent efforts, but Castile lets it through. You can see that the throw in here came from Teo into D'Amico, who ends up scoring the goal. But he put it to Serraro. He played it inside the fullback, very nice, and Vlasic crossed it in, a deep ball, header. Was it a decent header? I'd be annoyed if I was managing Liverpool, just in general, really. But I'd be annoyed about those two goals especially. And yeah, it's been a good start. They have a highlight maybe though. Chan with the ball into Keita. He is tackled, well not tackled, but he plays a poor pass under pressure. Maybe we can bring it clear. But Ayer plays a bad ball. I don't know who that was supposed to be to. And they recover possession, but Teo Hernandez does well. He needs to recover my faith a little bit after that red card against Arsenal. This is his first game back after that 3-game ban. And D'Amico is running forward. He plays it into Vlasic, who just about puts it wide. Come on, guys, hit the target. And it goes in with this keeper. Right, so I'm going to tell him I'm very pleased with how things are going and keep it up. One of them cares. Teo's loving it. The rest are like, yeah, so. And we kick off second half. Right, we have a throw in deep in our half. Santon throws it in to Marino. Actually, it's actually quite a good throw in. And he plays it into D'Amico. We're also quite deep though, so we need to be careful with the ball. We can't really lose it here. Crossfield ball. Neto plays it forward first time. A bit unnecessary, I'd say there. But D'Amico recovers it, and Jesus now is into that space. He tries to find that top corner and almost does it. It goes just wide. Liverpool living dangerously playing from the back there. The defence, as you can see on the right hand side, have not had good games here. 6.5, 6.6 is as good as it gets. And with less than 20 minutes to play, they really got to pull something out to get back into this game. Maybe have a highlight here though. Wijnaldum plays it into Firmino. He's tackled by Ayer and Hernandez can pick it up into Gabriel Jesus. Neto. They push forward quite a bit. Maybe a ball over the top could be the order of the day here. Marino plays it into Teo Hernandez to Neto. Back to Marino. We're keeping it fairly patiently into D'Amico so things start to happen. And there it is. There's the ball. Gabriel Jesus, he shoots, but this time the keeper does make a save. Who'd have thought? I'm going to make a substitution here. I'm going to bring on Ivan for Gabriel Jesus. I'm also going to bring on. I'm going to bring on Kalonji for his debut. Make him the deep line playmaker on deep ball winning midfielder, should I say, on support. That's his preferred role. And we'll bring on Højbjerg. We've only got 15 minutes to go, and I think I can risk a triple sub. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right, we're into the last few minutes now. We have a highlight potentially here. Højbjerg is on it into Neto. Kalonji on his debut plays it into D'Amico. Okay, weird. It's a weird little bit of the spell, but Neto has it on his left hand side and puts it just wide. Into the last few seconds. Sure, that's going to be game, and there it is. A really, really good, comfortable 2-0 win. They had one shot on target in the whole game, and we didn't see it. And yeah, Neto and D'Amico doing what they've done all season and winning his games. So then, guys, that puts us a good buffer there. 9 points clear of 5th place. And yeah, I'm really pleased. So the next game will be the League Cup final, I believe. Ooh, Champions League. I think we'll do both, you know. Yeah, we'll do a little. We'll do a cracking double live com there. We're at Monaco and then we're against Chelsea in the League Cup final. So you can look forward to that. If you haven't enjoyed this episode, guys, please do leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Follow me on Twitter, of course, at DLCDave1. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.